Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and the Hearthstone expansion Voyage to the Sunken City has been out for almost a month, and well, we like to do this for every expansion, every mini set, go over what the most broken and what the worst cards have been so far using HS replay and the deck win rate statistics. And it'd be pretty interesting to take a look at this one, considering it's kind of like a 2 or 3 class meta entirely. So we're gonna do that, but before we get into it, again, I have my giveaway going on celebrating 48,000 subscribers. All you have to do is like and comment the video, linked in the description below, subscribe to the channel, and you'll be entered to win either $100 of packs out of my pocket or 3 Leroy bundles. And also a reminder, once we hit 49K, that's the next giveaway, and we are nearing that. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Anyways, let's take a look. What are the most broken, most insanely good cards so far from Voyage to the Sunken City? And yes, tomorrow we will take a look at the absolute worst cards. So, starting off at number 10, we have the only Colossal to make the list, and it is Nelly, the Great Thresher, that adds basically a Mr. Smite and 2 other pirates to its ship, which is always a ton of fun. It is in 16% of deck. It has a deck win rate of 55.3% and has been played 94,000 times. And just to be clear, this is since the latest patch and through Diamond through Legend. That's the stats I am pulling from. So yes, Nelly has been a great finisher, whether it's for Pirate Warrior, Control Warrior, anything. Just being able to get Mr. Smite and a couple of other pirates to do insane damage is good. Plus it's a 5/5, it's a 2/6 with taunt, it's a lot of stuff to deal with, and you can even couple it with a card like Brand Bronzebeard and get 6 pirates for just a ridiculous amount of burst damage, as long as you got Mr. Smite, which is pretty likely as the pirate pool is not that large. At number 9, we have the neutral Naga minion Vicious Slither Spear. 1 mana, 1/3. After you cast a spell, gain +1 attack until your next turn. It is in 25.8% of decks. So 1 out of 4 decks you face on ladder has this card in it. Deck win rate of 56.2% and has been played 310,000 times. So this card obviously very good in Naga Aggro Demon Hunter, but also incredibly good in a deck like Naga Mage, where this refreshes 2 mana crystals. It's a premium statted tribal minion that gets upside with spells. You don't even really need the upside on it. Just the fact it's a 1 mana, 1/3 Naga. It cheats out other things, it cheats mana, it has Naga synergies. This card has been incredible and has been auto-included in I don't know how many decks. Well, 25.8% of decks. There's only 1 card on this list that's in more, and I'm going to be embarrassed to talk about it, and it's the next card. At number 8, we have Treasure Guard, the card I rated as my worst neutral minion pick from the latest expansion in 34% of decks. This 3 mana 1/5 taunt Death Rattle draw card has a deck win rate of 56.6% and has been played 320,000 times. And that doesn't even include all the times it's been summoned by Drekthar, which is a great target for both Quest Hunter, for Aggro Demon Hunter, but this is also run in Naga Mage, as well as just any deck that wants like a taunt that draws a card. This card is so good. Every time I played it, it never feels bad. Yet I gave this card my worst rating. I don't know what I was thinking. Classic Zeddy. We gotta get that video soon where we go over all my terrible ratings, because this one is the number 1 terrible pick I think I had. It's just done a great job. It's in so many different decks, and yeah, I underrated this one to the extreme. At number 7, we have the recently nerfed Puffer Fist. And yes, this is pulling stats from after it was nerfed, so you can imagine what it was like as a 3/4, but now this 3/3 pirate, after your hero attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemies. This is in 25.4% of decks, so again, a lot of decks, 56.7% deck win rate, and has been played 230,000 times. It's just an insane minion. It gets constant damage. If it survives, it's still a threat. It can be pulled by Drekthar. In Rogue, you can give this poisonous into full board clear. Insanely good card, even without 4 health, as most of us predicted. And yes, still one of the best cards from the latest expansion. At number 6, we have the Hunter Spell Barbed Net. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If you played a Naga while holding this, choose a second target. This is in 12% of decks with a 57% deck win rate and played 130,000 times. This is found in Quest Hunter, Face Hunter, and I rarely ever see the Naga effect procced. It's pretty rare, but it doesn't matter because it's Arcane Shot with upside. And Arcane Shot's good, and you run that card too, because why wouldn't you? It just does a really good job. It's just an insanely good card. Sees play in Wild as well. Not surprised to see it so high on the list. Now we enter the top 5, and we have our first of 2 legendaries in the top 5. And again, you're going to notice a trend in the top 5 of a certain class in here, as this is the only non-Demon Hunter card in the top 5. Raj Nazjan, the Hunter legendary, after you cast a spell, deal damage equal to its cost to the enemy hero, is in 10.4% of decks, has a 57.3% deck win rate, and played 46,000 times. Mostly used in Face Hunter as extra damage, but also in Quest Hunter as extra damage. It's extra damage on a premium statted 2-drop Naga minion. Incredibly good, and yeah, just sees a lot of play in those decks. 1 through 4 is all Demon Hunter, and well, let's get into which Demon Hunter card is dominating. That's how good Demon Hunter is, that all these cards are so high up. Even look, I'll use an example, like the Leviathan, incredibly good minion, only in 10.4% of deck, only 55% deck win rate, and the played win rate is even lower. It's just crazy how good Demon Hunter stuff is doing. So at number 4, we have Multi-Strike, which is in 20.7% of decks. So that means 1 out of 5 decks you're facing a ladder has to be Demon Hunter because it's Multi-Strike is in it. Just think about that. 57.6% deck win rate, played 240,000 times. This allows you to control the board, to kill multiple minions. For some reason, the second attack can go face. It couples very well with the honorable kill weapon for even more damage. This is like Warglaze of Azzinoth for 1 mana. That's how good it is. It's disgusting, it's insane, and it's not even in the top 3. At number 3, we have Predation, another Demon Hunter spell. It's 3 mana, but will usually be 0. Because it deals 3 damage. Fel spell costs 0 if you played a Naga while holding this. It is in 20% of decks. Deck win rate of 57.8%. Play 200,000 times. Again, it's 0 mana, deal 3. It has synergies with Lady Athena, the Demon Hunter legendary. It's just free damage, and it's a lot of it. It's super good, and another card you might even think that could get nerfed at some point. At number 2, we have Lady Athena, the Demon Hunter legendary, in 16.1% of decks. Basically what she does, she's immune while attacking, and after you cast a spell, attack the lowest health enemy, so it lets you control the board, push a base damage. This card can OTK effectively when you couple it with the other cards. It's ridiculous. Anyways, deck win rate 57.8% and has been played 81,000 times. This card just allows you to control the board, push damage, and if it sticks, it is just going to just destroy your opponent. You can pull it with a Drekthar. Incredibly good card, but not number 1. And what's number 1 on the list? Surprisingly, it is Bone Glaive, the Demon Hunter weapon. 5 mana, 5/2 Battlecry Dredge. So you basically get to put a card from the bottom of your deck onto the top. It is in 14.3% of decks, 58.2% deck win rate, played 89,000 times. It's Arcanite Reaper with upside. And Arcanite Reaper was a staple in many aggro warrior decks for quite some time. You give it to a class like Demon Hunter that have cards like Multi-Strike and way better synergies with attacking. It is ridiculous, and it is the best card so far from the Sunken City, or the Demon Hunter City. I don't know what you want to call it, but yes, the best performing cards, not surprisingly, mostly from Demon Hunter, because, well, Demon Hunter has been absolutely dominant outside of like the first week of the expansion. So we'll see how this changes with possible balance patches going forward, but I thought it'd be interesting to take a look, and make sure to tune in tomorrow. Take a look at the absolute worst cards. Are they all going to be Warlock and Priest? We'll have to find out. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.